right. I am still getting ready. I think I have things better this week. What's battery low? What's going on? What's going on? Something just told me that my battery's low. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's my headphones. Okay. I might have to switch out headphones after. Um, hello everybody. I think the sound is better this week. I don't know. We'll keep trying. And my lighting is just off. It's because I'm in a shadow. Oh, there. Oh, but you're gonna have to move out of the camera. Okay. But that's just oops. Oh, hold on. Okay, I may have to put it like that. Oh, there's always technical difficulties. Well, hello. I'm Monique Technical Difficulty Empath. Oh, there. Ooh. I just did something interesting with the oh, well maybe it didn't work. I thought I did something so cool. I think I did something so cool, but it's just so cool that it's out of this world. I want it right there, and I can't. Oh, I'll just have to use a makeup bag. Prop things up on a makeup bag. Ah, no, but that's not. Oh, hold on. Don't worry. I'll get my life together one day. You guys will be bear witness to see it. Now that's not. Oh, wait. If I put it this way. Ah, there. I mean, I'm gonna have the shadow because of the mic, and still got to work up on this setup. Okay, so I'm about to click on your comments, and I know you guys are all about to tell me how crappy my camera sounds. Um, oh, now I got the mic, the mouse stuff. Okay. Hi. I'm good, Chandra. Hello, Chandra. Nice new mic. I mean, it looks pretty sexy, but it's a learning curve to say the least. Hi, Allie. Welcome. How are you? I'm doing really good, Charlie. Okay, Chandra. Hi, Aishka. Ishika. I'm good. Ishika Asawa. Ashika Asawa. All right. I'm good and I'm hot. Look, merch. Oh, merch. Oh, merch. Okay, I think some merch stuff if anybody cares. All right. All right. I am Monique Empath, and I am your resident psychic medium for the day. Oh God, I can't do this because the camera is flipped. The camera is flipped. My left is my right, and my. I am psychic medium Monique, and I think I'm supposed to put this lighting over here to counteract the shadow. But whatever. I don't have a DOP. I don't have a director of photography. That's me. I am Monique Empath. I'm psychic medium Monique Empath. I'm your resident psychic medium today, and we are going to psychic medium today. We're going to talk about some stuff, and we are going to yammer about some stuff. Thank you. We're going to yammer about some things. We are going to answer some questions. We're just going to hang out and have a lot of fun, and I get to play with all my new equipment. Um, yes. Thank you. You guys are too kind. Too kind. I get to play with all my equipment. Okay, so let's do some. I still feel like I'm in the shadow. Like, anyways. So, oh, that's wrong. Okay, hold on. So okay, so yeah, we answer questions. So the way this works is post your question in the chat. No general questions. I am best suited for those who have direct questions and want specific details. I am best suited for that. Not so much people who just want a broad scope general reading. Tell me what the future says. No, more of like specific questions. And I feel like offering free live readings is like this opportunity that you can connect with a psychic for free and ask all those like really intense questions that you have. Now, the way this works, I want you to start posting your questions in the chat. Look, I have something fun. I have this banner. I wanted to move it because I felt like it was in my way. It needs to be over here more. Okay, so post your questions in the chat as we go and as we talk. Just keep posting your questions. I'm going to do my best to star your questions, but I really will see them. But posting your questions now acts as a type of placeholder for your questions later. When we get to the question and segment part, I'll be going back through all the questions that were asked and we will get to answer them. Um, and as for psychic medium readings, if you want me to connect to somebody from the past, think of it as like a conversation, asking questions about how they are or whatever, if they have any messages. That again, that's broad. Like think of it like I have a past friend, and I do actually have a question for her about some choices about. Well, I'm not going to say it because it's personal, but I do have some questions. I'm about to make some choices in my life, some new decisions, and I want to ask her her opinion. She's a passed on person. She passed on many years ago, and I want to ask her. So it's a direct conversation. So I just act as the middleman. So think of that as you're asking for the applause. I know. Thank you. Right. Um, but yeah, this is a good example of a good question. As I see your questions, I'm gonna try to star them to help. When I answer the questions, I don't answer them in any particular order. There's a little bit of a echo. I turned up my echo, but I don't answer the questions in any particular order. So don't think like, oh, she just answered someone before me, or she's not going in line. It's just like random. It's just like when I see them, I answer them. Um, as we get there, and I'll repeat this a little bit later, but no questions about medical things. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. No questions about legal things. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. I'm not counsel. Blah 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 blah. Whether I could see the outcome of your case or certain choices you should make in your case, ask your lawyer. While I may be intuitive, I'm just going to pick up intuitively what your lawyer is going to say or what the judge is going to say. I'm not creating a case or uncreating a case or anything like that. So stick it to that. No questions that infringe on the boundaries of another person. So, for example, if you haven't seen somebody in so long, or they blocked you, or they're not talking to you, or they whatever, asking questions about what they're up to, what they're doing, who they're dating, where they live. I got some people who ask, where does so and so live? No, we're not gonna ask any questions. We're not gonna use a psychic medium to stalk another individual, right? As I'm not gonna allow anybody to stalk you using a psychic medium. Don't put your birth dates. Don't put your birth dates. Don't put your age. When I give readings professionally, it's for people who are of age, um, the age of majority. I put 19 years of age or older, because that's kind of how it is in the country I am. So I give readings all over the world. So I just stick it to the country that I'm in. Um, and so when I give those professionally paid readings, we can vouch for that, your age. But here, since it's public, you know what? Let's just not put your age. I'm always going to read every question with the understanding that a minor can be asking the question or whatever. So here it's public. I'm going to get as detailed as I can. Here it's public. I'm going to get as detailed as I can with your questions. Um, but I am gonna try to protect privacy, so don't put your age or dates or stuff, and I don't really read horoscopes, so your age and stuff won't matter to me. Okay, so those are. I just had static and I got oh, I think it's because I have my cell phone down here. Okay. Oh, I really think that was the answer. Look how psychic I am. Okay, so that's about that, and we have an interesting topic today. It's about my god, this is a popular topic. My god, in the last I don't know, 2, 3, I don't know, few years more, this has been the topic of topics in all areas, in mental health, in psychology, in marketing, in business, narcissism. So we're gonna talk about narcissism within the psychic community. Continue to post your questions. I have starred some of your questions and see Allie Grace, you're new here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Allie. Allie, thank you for joining us. It's great. I hope I entertain you and I hope it's fun. So sit back, take off your shoes, relax, come on in, put your feet up, get a tea, all of those things. I hope I enjoy. Or if you're about to, you're just listening to me into the background, that's great. Um, so I'm gonna play my intro and then look, I was gonna have it all set up. I'm gonna play my intro. I'm gonna play the intro and then we are going to get right into the party.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small.
We are back. Okay, so yes, I'm a clairvoyant. Um, that's my mode of, or my tool, I guess you should say, of psychic reading. And I like to combine science and spirituality together. Science and spirituality together. And I also want to say mental health. I think all those things are like their family, their friends, they go together. I don't think that they're divided. They go together. So let's talk about narcissism in the psychic community. All right. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm a psychic medium. And although psychic mediums can be very healing and very therapeutic, I'm not a therapist. So everything I'm about to say is from what I've learned from therapists, my own, but also others in the world. Things that I read, I I can show you. I'm a huge nerd, so I study everything. If there's something that occurs in the world or anything, even in just going to the grocery and I see a fruit that I don't know, I'm one to like not only just look up the fruit, but then I'll study where it came from and what's its origins and what did it mean and what people think and I'm just like that with a lot of things. So being the industry that I'm in, where I'm working with people and their feelings and their emotions and their personalities, I mean, it just ties into some of my joys. What's the name of that song? Um, I will send it to you. I will send the name of that song. It's a really cute song and it's an indie artist as well. Actually, I got it from it's actually a free sample that I got from my editing app. But then I too looked up the artist and I was like, "Oh my god, you're really good. Maybe I should pay you for this." I technically am. I technically am because I paid for the app. Hi, Natalie. Again, so just like it says here, post your questions in the chat. All right, so I like to read a lot of things. So I'm not none of this information is like I'm not a professor basically. I'm regurgitating what professors or what science has said. So if you can attribute it to me, sure, but there's a source where all this came from. Let me give that. There is times where I take what I've learned and then I think about things that I've experiences and I try to make sense of it. So there are parts of it where it's my opinion and my thoughts. All right. So those are my disclaimers because I'm about to talk about sciencey things. Um and yeah, continue to post your questions in the chat because they work like a placeholder. And when we get them, we'll answer them. Okay, so narcissism in the spiritual community. Okay, so narcissism. Oh my gosh, like I think we're done with narcissism, like all the YouTube videos on narcissism, whatever. But narcissism. So it's the idea of well, okay. So there's narcissistic personality disorder. It is what we've all heard as the DSM. In the DSM, it is a classification of a classification of a bunch of personality traits and characteristics that they classify together and they put them in groups. And they have different groups of them, and narcissistic personality disorder falls in the group of personality disorders. Now, personality, you know what? This, just like I know you're yawning right now, but just let me get my thoughts out, right? And it will be good in the playback. Okay. So, and basically I'm saying that because I'm about to explain what like all the other channels and everything say, and it's kind of like yawn, yawn, yawn. You know this. Let's get to the spiritual part and the psychic part that I could kick in, but I got to do that part to get to the other part. Okay. So, in the DSM classification, personality disorder. So, a personality disorder is um so your personality is what I like to term when I'm reading people a fixture of who they are. It's a fixture of their personality. It's like a fixture in your house that you can't really move, like a supporting wall, you know, like a structure in the house that you can't really move, right? Um, load bearing walls. It's those kind of things. Think of yourself or a person as a house, and the fixtures of the house would be like the load bearing walls, the certain layout of this particular house. That might not be the right end, but anyway, this is fixtures of a person is a also, if you ask somebody in here to send you a friend request for their reading, you're gonna be blocked. And thank you for doing that because it helps me find you guys and block you guys easier, okay? Anyways, so a fixture of somebody's personality. So it's something that's what I say. It's a fixture of your personality. Your personality is really bear with me. My thoughts is gonna commune into another idea, but let's just go with me for now. Follow me to the end of this journey. Your personality does not actually change, or it's who you are. It's the things that make you up. It's kind of it's by the time you're an adult, it's solid, and it's who you are. People are gonna say, well, you can always change. Yes, but just go with me for a second. Okay, so those are your personality traits. So everybody has a personality. Again, a personality is a bunch of characteristics that define who you are and that you kind of, I don't want to say you repeat, but they're like the routine of your life or how you think, your morals, your values, your perspectives, your things. Those things don't change. Um, so we all have a personality disorder. So disorder, that word comes in. Not to say that, it's not to say completely like something's wrong with you. Hold on. Stay with me. It's not to say that something's wrong with you. A disorder and personality disorder is to say that these characteristics of yourself are highly um n- or really uncompatible with a major like most of everybody. It's very um it's so different and so um juxtaposition. It's so different and so I don't wanna use the word challenging 'cause we'll get there. But basically, it's like your personality is going to clash if you have a personality disorder, it's that your personality is just clashing with that person, past person. It clashes with basically everyone, and clashing in the sense that it is so antisocial, we'll say, although antisocial, but whatever. It's so antisocial in the sense of it is not very sociable that a personality maybe it would be like, when you have a litter of puppies, and there's that one that just won't play with the other or it fights all the other ones. It's like, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily the runt, but it's just that one that's like, this one's not getting along. It's whatever. So that puppy, I guess in puppy psychology, I don't know, could be considered has a personality disorder. So that means that the way their personality, the way they perceive things, it is incompatible or in conflict with other personalities. And so because you can't, again, hold on to the sentence, can't change your personality easily, right? It's who you are. If you have a personality that is in conflict with other people, then that means your entire life is going to be filled with conflict with other people, right? So that's where you get personality disorder. So it's not a mental illness. It's not to say I mean, it verges, but it's not to say that you're incapable of knowing what's right or wrong, or you're incapable of making decisions, or you're not intelligent. You could be highly intelligent. It's none of those things. It has to do with your morals, your values, your perceptions, your impulses, your ability to interact with other people consistently in a in a smooth way, right? Personality disorder. Narcissism, personality disorder, means that your personality consists of so many of those conflicting traits or challenging traits that it has become that, like, you're that puppy that is like, "Mm, we should, if this puppy is going to be rehomed, it should be rehomed in somebody who's highly skilled in taking care and training animals, right? Not always. Many serial killers are loved by society. Some with narcissists, they are manipulators and don't show them by themselves. So that's a really good point. Um, and I can't argue with you because I'm not the scientist on this, but what I've okay, so a serial killer is killing people. That is in conflict with society because they've done killed the person. So their personality is in conflict with this another human's being intent to survive. What the external world who's not been killed, or what the external people experience with this serial killer could be, I mean, could be you could love them or admire them or whatever, maybe you find them attractive or whatever. So that's an outward perspective of that serial killer. So for those who love, or like, I think which one was it? The one that everybody thought was like, well, people thought was good looking. What was it? Ted Bundy? And a lot of women thought he was good looking. He had like a lot of like loving fans, right? So they're attracted to him, so they like him, but his personality is in conflict with them, where he has a personality type that he could kill them. So that's what I'm trying to say so much. It's more of like how well you you go, like how well you work well with society, right? Like how well you can think. Because as we're gonna get into the juicy parts, because I'm not gonna stay on the whole science of this. Y'all can go to the 50 million Ted Bundy. Thanks. Yeah, I was okay. Thanks. Right. Um, go through the millions of YouTube videos that actually explains this. I'm not here to explain narcissism. I'm just here to explain this so I can get into the context of what I say. But yes, so a narcissistic personality disordered person is one who is here in conflict. Um, and they're not socially accepted, right? So whether you find that person attractive, or you side with them, or you think that that they weren't treated fairly, that's you. That's how you feel about them. That does not qualify or quantify how they might feel about you. So therefore it's a one-sided thing. All right. Was loved. Yeah, he was loved by the whole community. It was like, I mean, as we sit here, well, because we all know the outcome and we all know the story, but like that's weird. But it's like, here we go. This is how narcissism get into the psychic community. Okay, let's go. All right. So there's that. Then I also want to say there's peop narcissism, not narcissistic personality disorder. This is someone who all their characteristics, or majority of their characteristics, are in conflict with society. Narcissism is a person, it's not it's a personality trait, but basically there's levels of narcissism. It's a spectrum. So before it gets to the level of, oh god, this is a disorder, like you really, there's a spectrum. So basically narcissism personality disorder would be those who are high on the narcissistic spectrum scale, okay? To the point that it's a problem now completely for society. But narcissism itself can start mildly, like just like little narcissism, and then go all the way up. Now, a little narcissism is, if we go into like some of the concepts of narcissism, It's the the concept of looking at yourself. It's confidence. It's looking at yourself as, one, it's autonomous to an extent, right? So it's autonomous. So it's basically being able to look at yourself as a separate individual from other people, and to also value yourself from other individuals, right? To be able to look in the mirror and be able to say, I look good. I'm kind of cute today. I'm cute, or I'm good at doing my job. I'm actually pretty good at doing my job. And you're looking at that in this context of a little bit of comparing yourself to others, but also you just feel that way about yourself, right? And that's how you see how narcissism can become a problem, because I can look in the mirror, not compare myself to what majority of the world thinks is beautiful, right? Because there is a majority and whatever, although everybody's different, everybody thinks they're beautiful. But what is the whatever your culture is too, because it's very cultural, right? In one culture, something can be so beautiful, in another culture, that thing is not, whatever. So without comparing yourself, right? So if I say I am good at typing, right? There would have to be some level of comparison to know what is a good level of typing, what is a bad level of typing, and then to look at myself and see where I fit in. Okay. Narcissism, a little bit of narcissism would be to not compare yourself, but just feel really good about the fact that I think I'm good at typing. The healthy part is to say that you're not the best you may not be the best, and you may not be the worst, but to not even compare yourself, just to say of how you feel. So a little narcissism is actually healthy, and you wouldn't be so well structured as a human being without that little bit of narcissism. And I'm being so cautious with the world because people will get there again, but I just want to make that clarification. So there's a spectrum. There's a little bit, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then there's high. There's high levels of narcissism that still don't fall into the narcissistic personality disorder scale. I also have to say that narcissistic personality disorder, going back to that again, has a has like all the classic things we've heard of narcissism, but it has a lot of other behaviors that um that are more related to anxiety and depression, and yeah, anxiety and depression, and sometimes delusion. So so when somebody falls into the narcissistic personality disorder, yes, they're high on the narcissistic scale, and that's usually us, like, this person's kind of tipping the boat here. But once they actually tip the boat and get into narcissistic personality disorder, there's other things that not that are related but not really related. Like, first of all, impulsivity. Impulsivity is one of the traits that are in narcissistic personality disorder. But impulsivity on its own, you might not like, it has nothing to do, might not have anything to do with narcissism. Okay. So that's what I want to say. So when a lot of times when we see somebody or we meet somebody, we're like, oh my gosh, they're so narcissistic or whatever. That could be true. But to call somebody and say they have narcissistic personality disorder, or to even just say, um, yeah, even to say that they are a narcissist, because I think when we say they are a narcissist, we are saying they have narcissistic personality disorder. We put them in that classification. But to say that this person, they're acting so narcissistic, or that what they did is narcissistic, that doesn't necessarily mean the person's a narc like that, whatever. Okay. So, um, I'm not trying to downplay or give it the oh, I did not feel any downplaying, or I think listen, I'm not the expert here. Like, I'm just regurgitating what a whole bunch of other people said. So anything that anyone has to say, jump right in and we'll talk about it, okay? All right, you're doing good, and plus you're keeping the chat live. Okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So many people don't understand that the narcissistic personality disorder and just saying somebody's narcissistic. Um, I again, it's something that I had to study and understand too, and I had to learn. So I was with because there's not too many things that you could say, oh, Well, there is, but you know what I mean? It's one of those situations where it's like we see it so much or we have so many experiences. Oh, it's my headset. We see it so many times or have so many experiences with people who are narcissistic and and it's like, well, why wouldn't they be like how could you, because we have so many experiences with people who are empathetic and not. So when you get across somebody who's acting narcissistic, it's kind of like, yeah, but there's a difference. Okay. So now that we got that all cleared up, timestamp. Well, I don't really timestamp it. Continue to ask your questions. I'm seeing them. Um, I start a bunch of them just so I can see your questions, and we're gonna get to question and answers, but we chit chat here first. I have to get my thoughts out, and I hope I could share something. I don't know. I learned like this. I learned by just listening to people talk. So hopefully, and not to say I'm a teacher, but you'll learn from it. Anyway, okay. So back to what I was saying. Narcissism in the spiritual community. Okay, so one of the things we all understand, or maybe we don't all understand, but about narcissism is a sense of entitlement, right? Or a sense of entitlement. I was gonna say a sense of grandiosity. Um, a sense of entitlement or a sense of grandiosity. Okay, so with narcissism, the idea is that, like I was saying, with just narcissism, not narcissistic personality. Let's just put that to the side. I'm not really going to focus on that at all, really. I'm just going to start narcissism. I would have titled this narcissism personality disorder in the psychic community, but I didn't want to because I'm not a doctor. I'm just talking about experiences. Okay, so with narcissism, like I said, it's the idea of having a little bit of narcissism is healthy is because to be able to say or be confident or take pride or take some authority or some autonomy in something that you do. Again, like typing, to say I'm just a good typer. I think I'm good. I when I type it goes good. I get my things out. I'm fast. I respond fast, without a comparison, without actually sitting down and saying, okay, what is the fastest typer? What is the slowest typer? So it's a way of looking at yourself with a sense of confidence and a sense of knowing and a sense of assertion about who you are about something. So doing that on a small scale is pretty healthy and it's okay. We see that in children. They're like when children pour the juice and it falls out and it spills out, but they poured the juice and they're like, I'm awesome, right, mom? And then you're like, yeah, sure. Like you're like, yeah. Well, we don't say yeah, sure, but we're like, yeah, we encourage them to say, you did a good job. Next time we're gonna try to do it without spilling, right? But so that child has that thing and we want to grow with that. Okay, so when that starts to get a little bit of out of hand, that's now we are getting into levels of saying and asserting how well we are at something or how good we are at something without comparison, but we're adding on another layer of not only not comparing but also saying we are the best or we are that level. We have the knowledge that other people don't have. We I am great at this because there's, forgive me, but yes, there's like a higher power. So there's something that no one else can quantify ourselves that is the greatest, right? So if I go, I'm the best at typing. I'm the best. You and the rest of us can actually measure that. We can actually learn how fast I type or how well I type, and we can measure that amongst the other people who type so well. So then it would be debunked. And that's when you would say that person's a little narcissistic because honestly, like, how can they say they're the best at that when that person does it better or I know or how, you know what I mean? That's not necessarily true. That's where the part of delusions come from in narcissism where sometimes you can have a narcissist that just says that and needs you to believe that. They don't completely need to believe that they're the best. They need you to believe that. And then there's the level of narcissism where they actually think they are. So there's a cognitive dissonance if you were to tell them not. They actually think when they see somebody better than them, they can think they their brain will think of reasons why that person is not that good. It's like, I type at a 60 whatever words per minute, right? And I go, I'm the best typer in the world, 100%. And if you want to learn how to type, you got to come to me because I'm best. And then there's somebody who types at 100 words per minute. And then that narcissist will say, the delusional narcissist will say, well, that's because they cheated or they have machines that do it and stuff like that. They just can't believe it. And then there's a type of narcissist that will say they just ignore it. They're like, "Oh, well, Jenny types at 100. How could you be talking about someone else?" So they recognize and they're able to honestly comprehend and see what's going on in this world. They just choose not to. They just want you to agree with them. Okay? Um so yes, feel as if everybody's inferior to themselves, right? So again, it could be delusional or it could be like they don't even really believe that. They know some people are better than them, but they just want you to believe that. The narcissist that I'm really focusing on is that one, not the delusional one, because the delusion will fall into narcissistic personality disorder, and that's a whole thing. But that one where they don't actually believe that, they just want you to believe. That's the important thing. They need you to believe that. Okay, so we might have all experienced that kind of person. So that level of I'm the best, and even when I compare or I like to compare myself to anybody, I am still the best. I am the best because I say so and I need you to believe it. Again, with the typing example, we're able to measure that. We're able to weigh that, right? Or if you're a new employer comes in at your job and she's working next to you or he's working next to you and he's just like, "Oh, at my other job, I got all the I was the greatest on all the programs. I got all the clients. I had like 50 clients. So working here, I know I'm gonna have majority of all the clients here and everything." You can actually weigh that. You can actually you're working with them, so you will actually physically see their work, physically see the results of their work, and you have access to possibly know what their past experiences were with their work and what their history was. So there's a level of we can discern those things in the world. When it comes to the spiritual community, it is harder to discern that. So if somebody says, "I am gifted because God gave me that gift." Now, how am I supposed to ask God about that? Yeah, I can't, right? Like I can't go to God and be like, "Hey, Joe said you chose him." I mean, I thought I was a good candidate, but Joe said you I'm not gonna call Joe a liar. I just want to hear from the horse's mouth, God. God, we can't do that, right? So there's a lot of in the spiritual community, there's a lot of a person that can assert themselves and assert that they were appointed or that they're the greatest at something or whatever. And it is more difficult to debunk that. That's where certain industries, particularly the psychic industry, narcissism, I'm not saying narcissistic personality disorder, but narcissism can run rampant. It can run rampant, okay? Because again, I the ascended masters chose me. Um, God chose me. This is a gift from my great great grandmother's lineage. All those things. Hey, I don't know God. I don't know God and I don't know your God. Maybe you were, but how can one assert that without forcing you would end up being in a position where you just have to believe them. You just have to believe them because what else can you do? And if you don't believe them, then it really ends there if you don't believe them. But that's what I'm saying. It takes when you have a situation where what I believe about myself is only or what I believe about myself in comparison to everybody else is dependent on you believing it. Like there's no way for me to evaluate that. That's where things can run rampant. Um so So if someone was to say that they were given their gifts of healing or whatever by God or whatever, a higher power, or they're the most amazing because they've taken this course and this spiritual healing course and all those kind of things, and they have this, but they're just really special. Um, some of that could be true. It could be true. Maybe a God did gift them. Maybe they are really gifted. But the point is that to assert that onto someone else, like for me to just say it, that's one thing. But me to say it in the sense where I'm telling you that's what it is. I'm saying there's either saying it about myself. Remember? Saying, I'm a good typist. Hey, I like the way I type. I get good results. I'm really good. That's one thing. But to say, I am the best, and I'm telling you, I'm the best, and you should trust me because I'm the best typist. 100%. Don't go over there, whatever. Give me your money because that's really what it all comes down to. Because I'm the best. That's where you can get a little bit of, I want to say signs of narcissism, but that's where narcissism can kind of sneak in or be problematic in that kind of sense. So anything that you have where people can't measure the value or the quantity of something or the validity of something, and not by, when I say not measure it, like if a doctor comes to me and they're telling me, teaching me all this, as professors teaching me all this things about narcissism and whatever, and they're saying they're a professor, they studied it, I can assert that, okay, I'm going to accept it, but I don't need to rely everything I say on that person. There's other links of research and other ways to find the information. I may say I choose this person because I feel close to this person or I feel this person is intrusive. So the only way a narcissistic person in the spiritual community can survive is on us, on you, on us. It's if you value that person, then that's what makes them value, not the other way around. So when yeah, not the other way around. So there is a lot of narcissism in the community, and I mean, it's like any kind of community where there's a sense of authority or power. You're gonna have some narcissists, just in like the judicial system or law enforcement or doctors. There's a sense of power or authority that someone can have over someone. That's a breeding ground for narcissism. Not saying that that's how narcissism begins, but that's a breeding ground because remember that person, they're inclined to say that they are the best or they're the one or they're the be all end all. So if you're already in a position of authority and somebody's narcissistic, it can definitely happen. Um, what else do I wanna talk about narcissism in the psychic community? Oh, yeah, so it's run rampant, and so it's kind of like, should we be as spiritual people and we want a reading, should we be scared? I don't think so. I mean, I can't tell you whether you should be scared or not, that's something you have to decide, but I don't feel that the fact that narcissism runs rampant in the spiritual community is a reason to be fearful. Because again, as an individual, you have your own autonomy to choose who you are valuing and why. And the idea of putting all your hopes and dreams into someone because they said that they are is something to consider, I think, through uh, um, moving through life all the time. Okay, so here's an example. This individual user wrote, Jam Tam, I felt a great connection. That was important message for you, dear. Send me a friend request now for your greeting, dear love. And this person is sending it to Jam Tam. They send it to Ali Grace and they send it to Chandra. So basically, this person is saying, this person is saying that the same strong connection they had from one individual, they had for all. They have it for all. So they didn't need to write to an individual person. This is a person saying that I felt a great connection that was important message. Why are they asserting that this message is important? So they are telling you this is important. Again, remember narcissism is the idea of I'm not only saying I feel good about something, I'm whatever, and it's in my own world where I feel good about it. I think I'm great. I feel good. But now I'm asserting that it on you, that it's important for you. So you need to trust me for this information. You need to message it me. This is where I was saying that narcissism runs rampant because how do I, or an individual, validate how much Ayobami they are, how strong their connection or what their connection is? How do I validate that? How do I look? How do I measure that? You can't. So they can get away with saying it because you can't. And when it's spiritual stuff, who you gonna ask? You can't go ask God Himself. So this is not, to me, it's not something to be fearful of. If I when I and the funny thing is I get this a lot too. It's wild when these people, I don't know, mess up and then message me and they're like, "Hey, I have a spiritual," I'm like, "I'm not the one. I'm not the one." And here's another one. Um yeah. So I don't think it can be dangerous, but I don't think it's kind of one of those things. There are going to be narcissistic people in this world. We can't live our life being terrified of these narcissistic people. We can't be like, "Oh my gosh," or, burn all the narcissistic witches or whatever, right? Because the best tool against narcissism is your autonomy and boundaries, and you being the authority to say what you want to value or what's important to you. That's what's important to me. This is important to me. So I'm going out into the world to find somebody for that, but somebody asserting that on you. So that's the best boundary of narcissism. And this cool block button. I got a cool block button that can do that. So that's really good. Um of course you can get a reading. So the way we do readings, you just post your like, see the title says post your questions in the chat. No general readings. All right, so that's really narcissism in the community. So I guess I'm wrapping up to say that narcissism in the spiritual community is definitely running rampant, and it's a situation where these things cannot be validated by external sources. So someone asserting that. So someone who so things to look at would be that, do I have power over this reading? Um Not including a professional sense, like power, like I can't demand when I get a reading, and I can't demand that reader come whatever, like professional things. But when I'm in the reading and it's already agreed to, do I feel that I can control what I want to see or what I want to see or what's important to me? Do I feel that? Do I have that? Now, there's always that thing with like general readings or asking what the energy is saying, and it's kind of like, but you have already chosen that. You have went to the reader and say, "I'm choosing to just hear whatever you have to say." So therefore, who started with the control? You did. You started with the control of that. Um, as readers and anyone in the spiritual community, even if it's not a reader or just anyone, a spiritual advisor or a spiritual confidant, they're it's spirituality is your own individual journey, and you may be going through the world and finding or bumping or stumbling across different things that are helping you in your spiritual journey. It is not about the other individual. It's not about making the other individual rich or going on and raving about, I mean, you can. I mean, hey, rave about me, sure. Or whoever you go to. But you know what I mean? It's not about, it's not like when you go to a movie, you are there to watch the actors act. They're there to do a job. They're there to do something. You come in and you are watching the actors act. When you get a spiritual in the spiritual community, you are going out seeking some kind of spirituality, and you are choosing, you have that. So when you get into situations where somebody is giving you something that, one, you didn't really ask for, and two, that they're trying to um assert that they're the greatest or they're the best or they know all the knowledge or whatever, and can't validate that and just saying believe in them, that's where you have to question those things. Now there's many in the spiritual community who um or any industry, right? Like, again, like the example with the professor. Now, a professor could have that knowledge, has studied that knowledge, has researched that knowledge, and has proven on it. And if you ever were to question them, they should be able to. The thing is, with spirituality, it's like there's got to be a way that when you're questioning an individual, the person who's a spiritual person, the person giving you the thing, even if it's stuff that they can't completely validate, like, well, God gave me these messages and stuff like that, and maybe God give them these messages and they can't validate that. But the idea is that if you're asking questions, they should be in a position to answer your questions to the point where you feel confident in that, or to be able to say, I don't have answers for that. I don't know. You understand? It's your own service, it's your own path that you're seeking from other people. It's not that you're just in your world and other people are just going to tell you how to be spiritual, how to be that. Okay? So, yeah, that's that. So narcissism in the spiritual community. So that's what I feel. Again, I feel like it runs rampant. I feel like it's there. I don't think it's something to be fearful of. I do feel that it's something that if you feel somebody is telling you something and trying to give you all this advice and telling you how to be and telling you what they think, one, it should always be said in the context of that's their experience and that's what they thought and that's what helped them, and it's kind of like a take it or leave it. But if they're telling you this is how it is, or these people are wrong, or this person's wrong, or this whatever, you would want to have room in that discussion to be able to bring up your own concerns, your own thoughts, and all that. And there is no one more spiritual than you. No one is more spiritual than you. Spirituality is an individual thing. So it's where you are at. So you have all the information and you're seeking information because that's what your spirit is dividing for. So it's not that somebody can have it more than you and tell you what to do. Nobody can tell you how to be you. Nobody can tell you how to be you. Nobody can tell you what you need to hear versus what is important for you. How do they know what's important? You have to decide what's important for you. It could be something that could affect me that they have to hear, but if I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. That's my prerogative. That's my prerogative, and it should always be your prerogative. All right, so I'm gonna do a run an ad. I didn't even set these things up. Da, 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 da. But of course, you can get a reading again. So readings are you just post your reading in the chat, and then I'm going to come back and answer your readings. Come back and answer your readings. Answer your questions. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to play this ad. I don't know if it worked. It might crash us. We'll just play an old Elf ad because I still have Elf as an affiliate. So I think this might work. I don't know. It looks risky.
All right, you guys are going to watch me do my get ready for the live stream this morning with Elf Cosmetics. Elf Cosmetics is an affiliate of mine, and you guys all know how the affiliate works. So this was just a few hours ago. They do have this deal on right now where you can get 20% off when you buy 3 or more skincare products site-wide. Okay, so
And that is really none of those were working. It was like the wrong ad and everything. I should have set all that up before I came here, but whatever. I'm here. And, me being here is a big feat. All right. So let's just jump into questions. I mean, I think that's what majority of the people were really here for. You guys were just entertaining me, appeasing me. Just for being here. But
Hi, it's Vanolia from South Africa here.
Hello, this is Sky C.
Hello, many blessings. My name is Joe.
My name is Aisha.
Hi Monique, I want to know.
All right, so here, there we go. Ishika Asawa. All right, I want to ask if Ariane will open up communication between us going ahead. If so, when? I mean, I see that there's going to be some communication between you two. I do see that. I don't know if it's going to feel good, like it's going to be like good communication, but as in like open up, if there'll be like even a talking back and forth. I do see that. I do see there's going to be some challenges within this talking back and forth. And also I see that it might not be as um this person might not be as open and as clear and like completely like say exactly what they need to say and express themselves fully. I don't feel that this person may do so, but I do feel like you guys will speak. If so, when? I get closer to the end of this month, not far. Again, open up communication. Will there be dialogue back and forth? Yes. Will it be communicative, like expressive, sharing feelings? I do see so, but not in the context of you want. I don't feel like this person's gonna express some deep, profound feelings. Um, so that's what I see. Um, Sandy's current feelings towards you. A very shy, like coy, like kind of like flirty, kind of shy, timid kind of feelings. So there's like a little bit of there is an attraction, yes, but there's a little bit of intimidation, but not fearful, like, oh my god, like that kind of stuff, kind of like not, just very overwhelmed by when Sandy thinks of you. So current feelings are very like shy, nervous, kind of warm, hasn't developed there's an affection there. Is this guy Michael from Insta real or fake? I mean, I feel like it's not a bot, but I feel like it's a real human being, but I don't feel that this person is who they say they are. Will I be more successful in work with the new department that I am in now? I feel like moderate change of like a moderate change. Um, I see success in like so many different concepts. Okay, so success, like I feel like it would be consistent and it would be like steady and a flow and actually no major troubles. Like I feel like it will be like what's the word? Like you go to work, you do your thing, everybody's happy, you're happy. Well, every hold on. You go to work, you do your thing, everything goes smooth, that type of thing. I see not that I don't see you happy, but I see a sense of like not loving it all the time or not feeling great about it all the time. So, again, I think these are just feelings. Like, I'm seeing you, like, almost like I don't know if there's actual halls, but I'm seeing you walk through, like, halls, and it's kind of like, I'm doing this, handing in this, doing that at work, yay, da, 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 you know what I mean? But you say more successful as if it's a comparison to previous. It's like this is gonna be a judgment. Like, I feel like this new department is better for you. It's like a better match. It's better suited for you, and so it will be successful in that. Like, if the story is you were having challenges in the last department, I don't see you having any challenges in this department. As in success, as in like something grand is gonna come out of this, and you're gonna blow your employers away and make so much more money and excel to some high levels. I don't really see that happening. But successful is like okay, this is steady, this is good, this is great, back and forth, all is expected. Um, here. Hi, Manuel. Can you tell me what's going to happen with Ashley and me? I see dating and I see some physical affection, um, some more getting to know each other, um, spending time. I see dating. I see dating. I see spending time together. Um, more than what you do now, more physical affection. Is your boyfriend a narcissist? I'm not at that. So I can't, I don't know. Is your boyfriend a narcissist? I mean, is your boyfriend a narcissist? So again, I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose somebody. And when people say that, it's like everybody has a bit of narcissist. So I think your question would be one. I actually think that you're asking him if he has like like if he's like full blown narcissistic personality disorder. That's not something that I could. One, I don't answer those kind of medical questions, and two, reading it right as I read something, I'm not going to read a diagnosis. I'm going to read personality traits and personality behaviors and be able to describe certain things that I see or certain mentalities. And then those would have to be like, oh, well, then if those match that, that would fall into that. It's kind of like if somebody says, is my brother a alligator? I mean, that's really silly. I'm being really silly. But I would see, well, I see that your brother has really rough skin, very leathery, very sharp teeth. I see that your brother walks on more like his belly than upright, like a person. So I would see a lot of characteristics. It would have to be finding those characters and defining what they are. And in those kind of sense, that's what the DSM for. But even in mental health situation, you don't just go, "Oh, you're a narcissist." You go, "You have all these characteristics." And when we classify a bunch of these characteristics and observation, this is what. So it's like a title that doesn't need to. The only reason why there's a title for certain mental disorders or certain personality disorders is for treatment purposes. It's like so we know what to do with it. So if you're experiencing somebody that has a whole bunch of these kind of behaviors and characteristics that you are questioning or feel, you don't need the diagnosis to then say, I like, you know what I mean? Because if you had the experience where this person was doing all these things, were even considering the fact that they're a narcissist, if I were to say no, they're not, it does not negate all the things that you experienced, right? So that's where we also have to be caution about why are we asking what questions that we're asking a psychic and what questions we're asking a therapist. If you want to know if your boyfriend's a narcissist, has narcissistic personality disorder, ask a therapist. And I know you're probably like, "Oh my gosh, she's ranting and going on about this whole thing." But what I can read, and I think it's kind of obvious by your question, so it's almost like how psychic do I need to be to answer this? It's kind of like you are experiencing something that feels to you abnormal, um non-social, conflicting. That is enough, honey. That's enough. You don't need to gaslight yourself. You don't need to that's enough. Now, the situation could be that somebody could feel somebody could be people do this all the time. They go, "Oh, they don't like what you said or something, or they don't like what you did." And they go, "You're a narcissist. You're a narcissist." And you're not like they do that. Like so sometimes we're like, that feels kind of cocky or entitled or whatever? Is it like is it me? Maybe I'm not feeling that way. But then you have to think, even if the person that you're dealing with, right, has done something that you want to have the response of, "Oh my gosh, you're entitled. You're so entitled." The fact that you're having that response, whether you're wrong or right, the fact that you're having that response is a red flag for yourself, like the whole situation, anyways. You know what I mean? A person who is narcissistic, right? Or has high narcissistic traits tends to call other people narcissists. Now, I'm not saying that you are because you're doing that. Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is that it's a way someone feels about something. Um, better questions for a psychic moving forward, if you really want to answer this question, is ask, my boyfriend did this. What was his thoughts and his feelings behind when he did this? Or my boyfriend did this to me. Do you pick up he felt any kind of guilt or remorse? Like asking those kind of questions would then clarify more of your feelings, your thoughts, and whatever. That's what a psychic can do for you, right? But to actually know if he is, let's leave it to the people. Leave it to the people who could do that. What career will I do well in? This is an interesting question. And I like it because it makes me have to, like, read your energy and read you. I get something where you are, to be honest, teaching, but not to say you wanna be a teacher. Well, maybe. But I get you would be very good at articulating yourself and sharing knowledge and, like, expressing that or knowledge, even if it's, like, a teacher of elementary kids where it's like, what you know what I mean? You are teaching knowledge, but really you're just kind of, like, teaching rules, or I'm not knocking elementary teachers, they teach knowledge. But you know what I mean? In comparison to, like, a specific, um, thing, like, as if you are a trainer for a computer company, so you train people in computers, so it's very specific. I think whatever career choice that you go in, and again, it doesn't have to be teaching, it could be just like being you I think you would do well at being the expert on a topic. And let me explain. Because I find that you communicate very well and that there's a passion that you would have in, like, when other people understand something, you would draw from that. Like, you would find joy in that. It's like explaining teaching somebody how to knit, for example, not saying literally. This is just my example. That if you're teaching somebody how to knit something, you know how to knit. Let's say you know how to knit and you were teaching them how to knit, and then that person accomplished knitting and something. I feel like you draw from that. Like you like that. You like that you've implemented a value on somebody else. So that could be many actual jobs, but I think the career of educating, and I also see it more in very logistical and very technical, very logistical and technical. So not so much as teaching concepts or theories or morals or values. Well, you'd be good at that too, but I see very like a trainer. So even like a supervisor or a manager, that would be it. Now you're probably like, well, why can't this woman see exactly what career I would be? One, there's many careers that a person could land in and then they would be good in, but doesn't mean that's the career that they're gonna love. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you know what this question falls in? It's kind of like, what is my passion or my purpose on earth? Your purpose on earth is not one thing. Your purpose on earth is the journey that you take to get to that thing, right? And I know that sounds very like oracly and to like woo-ha, but it's true, right? So I could see a career, and if I were to see a career and see it, and it might not make no sense to you, like no sense. You'd be like, I don't even like that. I don't want that. Like that makes no sense. The thing is it could happen. You know what I mean? Like, so it helps none, right? So if somebody says, "Oh, what career do you see me in?" and you like hate bears, and I go, "I see you being a bear trainer." You'd be like, "There's like like that wouldn't you would walk away not feeling that." But if I'm trying to look into a person's energy and who they are and find their characteristics and their traits and their wants and their desires and things that make them tick, and in bringing that to the surface of who this individual is, that would kinda help them because that's really what a career is, right? Your career is finding something that thrills you and joy and that you have skills in it and your assets are special. That's a career. If you're just asking about a job, that's a different thing. So I do see that you would do well in some kind of like, logistics. So it's almost like a career where you've mastered that logistic and then you are that person. But I see that you would further excel if you were the person training other people to do this thing. And I see a patience in you, but then a lack of patience in you, which is actually good for training because you wouldn't get, I guess, taken advantage of, or you know what I mean? You could get people back into focus, you know? So you'd be patient enough for them to understand, but you would also be like snappy back, like, let's get back, let's do this. This is what I need to do. Your expectations for great work would be rather high, but well tempered. Wow, Natalie, we can go on and on and on in that. We really could. Um, Good question. I hope that helped. I hope that helped, Natalie. You guys can kind of respond. I'll also look at your responses. Yes, Natalie said yes. Yes. Let me go back. Joyce, I see your question. Beautiful Aries goddess, I see your questions. Lydia, I see your question as well. AV, I see your questions. And if you guys ask more than one question, I'm gonna I try my best to get to everybody's first question. Because it wouldn't be, it would be like I'm giving one person a reading for all day, all day, all day, all day. You don't have to you don't have to post a question twice. If you post a question and you see it, it's there. You don't have to post it again. All right. It just dunks up the chat when you post your question multiple times. That was a good Natalie. Yeah, I do see that. Um, very good logistical, working with your hands. I very technical. To be honest, I see something like a type of a type of engineering. And I mean, you're like engineering, like what? But engineering is not always like majorly like technical. It's like problem solving and innovation, and it could be the engineering of a new program of a sales department, engineering how to manage the new department of, I don't know, of business files, like something like, but like I see a very technical logistical aspect to it as well. So that's really good. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going, but I'm also going to, no, that's not what I want to do. Oh, I could do it the other way. I set so many things up really well, and then some things I didn't set up at all. Eesh. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. And remember, I'm not going in any kind of order. There's no rhyme or reason. My lighting just changed. I have like a little bit of daylight going on, but I have also a little bit of artificial light, and the daylight just like failed me. Yeah, I got like dark back there. All right. Hi, Jess. Oh no. Hi, hello. What? What? Calling me Jessica? I'm not Jessica. Are you in the wrong room? Hello, Jessica. I'm not Jessica. Okay. Will I get a construction assessor post? I had interview lesson there and waiting for them. Okay. I'm not Jessica. I'll Jessica's, she's busy. I heard like I pressed the voice here and there's a voice going in my house. Where are you? You can come out if you need to come out. Like, don't feel all like trapped. You guys can see that? There's like a little. Okay, what are you doing? Are you getting out of here or what? Oh my gosh, I'm somebody's crashing the live stream. All right. Yeah, I did get spammers. Okay. Jessica, hi, I'm Jessica. Okay, so I'll answer it. Well, construction post. I had an interview last month, and am I waiting for results? What? Will I get a construction assessment post? I had interview last. I'm not even sure what the question is. I thought I understood the question, but I realized I don't even understand. I think it means position, construction assessor position. Will you get this position? So you apply to something, and will you get the position? So I'll just look at it as, do I see you in the future feeling happy, content, relieved, happy, and grateful, and celebrating the position? Okay, I see a couple things. I see there's another position that might come about. I'm not seeing that you get this exact position, but I do feel like you get this job, maybe not with this exact employer. Okay, will I get the job at Longhorns, and what will I like about the job if I work there? I do see you getting the job at Longhorn, so let us know. Longhorns is like, we're not hiring. No, I shouldn't say. I'm just joking. These are just jokes. These are jokes. These are jokes. Just laugh. They're jokes. I think you get the job at Longhorn, and what would you like there? I think you'll like your staff. I think you would meet staff that you really like and enjoy. I do feel like your other coworkers, I do feel that. I do feel there's something about the culture there that you're gonna really like. It's something about the culture and the pay or how they pay or certain bonuses that they give. I feel like you're gonna is it like they do some competitions or prizes or there's something that they do within the culture and money that you're gonna like and that you're gonna appreciate. I do think that it you would there's a moving up potential. Like they don't just they're very good at moving people up. Now this is me reading the company, but I'm also reading the things that you'll like about the company. Um, yeah, I think those things. What are my husband's feelings towards me? He says he loves me, but and acts different. That- That's not what I wanted to do for that question. I I wanted to but oh no, I shouldn't say that. That sounds like I'm patronizing you. No, I actually feel that emotion. That's like terrible. Okay, let's take a look at what your husband's feelings, Lydia, are. Lydia Adrian Lago Gonzalez. Lydia Adriana Solagos Gonzalez. Okay, we just had to blockity block someone. Okay, so Lydia, I do feel your husband does truly love you. I feel like that's something that he could even articulate to somebody else. Like he would say, I love this person, I do. But he does feel exhausted about something. Now, I'm using the word exhausted because that's how I feel. So not just exhausted physically, but he feels like just like he seems to be drained about certain things about the aspects of this relationship. And they actually it does feel more like it's drained about aspects of this relationship and not necessarily about you. Almost like he doesn't actually have a complaint about you. Like he doesn't have to say, "Oh, I don't like her because of this." But I do feel he seems exhausted about um stuff or you know what I mean? He does. So I definitely can see how he says it, but then acts differently because how he's feeling like it's almost like he I don't want to say that he doesn't want to be in the relationship, but it does he feels like okay, so let me explain. I'll take it out of your context and I'll give an example so it doesn't feel so personal here on the public platform, but you'll still get what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let's say, oh, this is horrible, but whatever, we're candid here. I once had a dog. I had a dog, and I got this dog when he was a baby, and I absolutely loved this dog. I It's been years since this dog has been in my life, and I absolutely love this dog. It was the most perfect little animal ever. It was like I got it as a baby, and he trained so fast. Like this dog had the brains of like a sperm whale. I just been watching sperm whale documentaries. So those are gonna be my analogies for the day. Sperm whale stuff. Okay, so he had the brain of a sperm whale. He was just really good. He was a breed, a jug Jack Russell. A jug Jack Russell. So he was a Jack Russell slash pug. And he had the smarts of a Jack Russell. Like absolutely. But he had more of the patience and tolerance of a pug. And he also didn't bark. And I mean, that sounds mean. I don't want a dog that barks, but I mean, he wasn't yappy, and he was little, and he was just. Anyways, I love this thing. Like I could break out in tears. I love this thing, but I also had a toddler, and I also was a single mom, and I also just started a business, an independent business, and I also was getting a lot of clients, and I also decided I'm going to create a website and an app and all these things, and it was just the dog did dog things. Like he was well trained, but he had an accident every now and then. Or being a Jack Russell, he could not tolerate being inside. Being a pug, he could, but the Jack Russell part of him, he had to like play for hours. And it was just like I was just so exhausted with the dog. But it wasn't the dog, because it wasn't the dog that was literally draining me. It was just like I was just like, I just ugh, like that's how I feel. So I come to it. I couldn't. There was no complaints of like, oh, no complaints about the job. Did I have a complaint about my life, my work? No complaints. It was just me having. I could have done better at managing myself. Um, you sneeze real times after. We'll take it. We'll take it. Um. So Lydia Ariana got Lydia, Adrian Salago Gonzalez. That's what I feel. I feel this husband, he loves you. I feel he loves you, but I feel sometimes he feels tired being a husband. He just feels so exhausted about being a husband. So sometimes he takes that exhaustion out towards the energy of you. But it's not really that you're doing anything. It's just that's the thing that he's trying to blame for his exhaustion, but he doesn't want to blame you. Okay, Lydia? That's what I see. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. Sneezing could actually mean here, let me put my psychic brain. Ding, ding, ding. Allergies. There was a dust particle in your nose, and it took 3 extreme exasperations to get it out. Now, possibly, sometimes after hearing something joyous or something wonderful or something, we do inhale more deeply than we realize. And when you inhale more deeply, you take in more deeply and more to go. So maybe you sneezing 3 times is science. Maybe you sneezing 3 more times is science more than psychic. But at the same time, if we like to combine science and spirituality, and the fact that I just gave you a reading, you were so connected to me, you could have inhaled more than you realize. So this is an obvious inhale. But maybe as you're reading, you could have sometimes we hold our breath for little seconds that we don't realize. Some people do it more than others, but sometimes we do. You know, when your beat stops or you hold your breath or something, or you're on the edge of your seat, we're holding our breath a little bit longer. That's the thing. Once you talk about your breathing, you start thinking about your breathing, and then you start breathing differently. And your heart. You are welcome, Lydia. I do think this man loves you. I think he loves you. I don't think he doesn't. I think he's just, might be a communication the two of you can have if that's what you wanted to do. All right. I'm trying to delete this person who's telling everybody to inbox them, but oh, I did. Okay, I did block them. Okay. So I stopped the nonsense. Stop your nonsense. Stop spamming. Stop your nonsense. Stop it. Stop it. Stop your nonsense. Okay. Hold on. There's another one that I have to block, delete, block, 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 block. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. I was going down there. Now I'm up here. Here. Show. Shelby. Oh, that's so cute how you wrote that, because you wrote Shelby. Aw. Shelby. 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 You can watch this on the replay. You don't have to be here when I'm reading you. Shelby, will I move one day? Yes. And that day may be closer than, well, I shouldn't say closer than you think, because I think you might not. I don't think you know it's that close, but I think you would like it to be that close or anticipate that it could potentially be that close. I think it's that. So I don't want to say closer than you think, but I do. I do see you moving. I see you moving, Shell. I see you buzzing around like a bee. Okay. Oh, maybe I should unstar them once I've read them. That's what I should do. Oh, look at me getting more organized in my life. Okay. Oh, I see. I should have see if I had unstarred that after I read that. Okay. Here, let's read this one. Let's read this one, guys. Let's do. Okay. Meek Marshall. Hello, is T the person I talk to often for you? Well, I mean, no one's for anybody, you know what I mean? We are not meant for one person and one person. I digress, but I know what you mean. I feel like T might not be for you. And this sounds like a judgment, but I feel like mm, this is one of the ones where I want to say some personal things, but I have to be mindful that this is a public platform. And although I'm not that popular, this is a public platform. And although I'm not that popular, there's still people out there that can listen in on this chat. This chat will be up forever. As we know, the internet is forever. Forever. Okay, so let me try to answer it. I don't, okay, this is such an interesting question because to answer it, when you say for you, right? So I can't decide if someone's for you or not. But when I look into it, I look at this person and I look at what they're doing, what they're feeling, what they're thinking, what their motives and their intentions towards you and towards a potential relationship. And then that is how I would decide. And I don't know if I don't know. I don't feel that T's intentions are always in line with your intentions or that the things that T does are genuine and I wouldn't say that they're not genuine, but I think T may have some different opinions of how this relationship could go. Okay, put it this way. I see that you and T could potentially end up in a serious relationship, but I see there's conflicts into what that relationship means for T and what that relationship means for you. I see that. I see there's conflicting interests in what means what to who and what are certain boundaries and certain things. So, when you say someone for you, you would think that you would want to be when we would say someone for us, we would want the person who is for us to be completely compatible with our values, our views, our morals, our boundaries and stuff. And even if there's some things that are off, that the person's willing to work through it and you're willing and there's some flexibility. I think there's some things that are not compatible there. And the thing is, I think Meek Marshall, I mean, you're obviously asking the question because you're asking the question. So, I mean, how psychic do I need to be to say, "Oh, I bet you're asking this question because you wonder." Like obviously you're wondering. But what I'm going to say is that I do feel some of your intuition about this. I would trust I could say I think you can trust your intuition. And then you're going to say, "But my intuition that we are for each other." I think there's some conflicts in there. I need a mod. I need a mod. I need somebody to moderate this and clean up the chat all the time. Facebook is just crazy. Okay, I have asked the court case to be adjourned from the 2nd of September for insufficient information. I'd be writing to the judge. I don't answer legal questions, especially on a public platform. I mean, you're using a username, so we would like to know that your username is we I'm just getting these weird emails. I think I'm like I've opened I don't know, I'm not gonna explain it. But basically I've opened up my spam because I was looking through my spam for something and now like I've opened so my thing is just alerting me that messages are going into my spam, which is annoying. Anyways, but I don't answer legal questions on here. One, it's a public platform, and while you were using a username, you could be like, well, no one knows who I am. I mean, people who know you might know you, and it's just we don't talk about public things on a public platform. And I have to say to you guys that when I say I don't answer something publicly, I'm not gonna look at it, know the answer, and then not tell you. We will both be ignorant. So I didn't even look into your question, Jacqueline. That's more for a private time. Amy, will Mike and I be official? I see yes. I see yes. I see that there comes a point where you and Mike will be official. Okay, let's read this one. Okay, AV, Morgan. How does my love interest feel since I pulled my energy back? I feel like they've noticed but haven't really noticed. Like they noticed because I feel like it's a like I don't want to say substantial, but there's a definite change from before you pulled your energy back to now after. There's a definite change. So it'd be hard to not recognize. But I don't think that they're and I think there's some questioning. It's like, okay, so this is what I feel. I feel like your love interest would have been like, oh, well, that's different. Oh, it's not doing that. Hmm, okay, all right. I don't know. That's different. So doesn't really hasn't it, for this person, it hasn't gotten to a point where they see this could be you pulling this back could be critical or impactful or anything like they haven't. Now it could be two things here that's happening. It could be like they haven't because they don't care that much. I say that they don't care for you, but that they don't the pulling of back could be something that they actually value to some extent or don't have a problem with, like they're okay with how it is. They're like, "Oh, okay, you know, that's okay." Um that's kind of what I was gonna say or, but I don't really feel like it's or. It just feels like this person doesn't have that much feelings at this point towards you pulling back. Versus like, okay, so they notice, and then we could say that somebody who has feelings would be like, "Oh my gosh, why did she do that? That's whatever. I'm devastated." No. And then we could say somebody who's like, "No, they didn't even notice. They didn't even notice." I think this person does notice, but doesn't feel that strongly about it. Like doesn't it's not impactful to them. You pulling back your energy has not I pick up. This is what I pick up. So let me know in the future if you want. That it's not that impactful to them. All right, we're winding down here. Malik, should I take more time off work? I don't know. That's a you question. That's a you question. I could not tell you what to do. Now, possibly you're saying, if I take more time off work, what is the potential outcomes of that choice or the potential consequences, positive or negative consequences of that choice? That I can look at you. I can't tell you what to do. You do what you want to do. I don't create the future. I don't create it. I don't create it by telling people what to do and how they should live their life, whether good or bad. Like if somebody wants to rob a store, I can say that the consequences of robbing that store won't look too good and they could be quite severe. Or maybe they rob a store and I'm like, oh, well, you get away with that one. But, you know, I don't tell you what to do. You are an autonomous individual in this world. This world is set up for you to make all the choices that you want. Any choice that you want. So I don't can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you what to do. But my website's down, you guys, which is so unflattering. Um, there was an error, but it could have been down because something happened, and they go, shh, they lock it down because it's down. But we are going to fix that right now. But remember, you can always get a private reading with me on Premium.chat, and I think it's online right now, which is um sorry about the dead air. I'll just put something in there. Because I'm funny, right? I'm funny, right? I'm funny, right? I'm funny, right? All right, so we'll figure that out, but you guys can also get a private reading with me on Premium.chat, and it's actually just about, I don't know, it's like $10 or $11, $15. I don't know. I always get confused between the Canadian currency and the US currency. But, you can actually premium chat with me. It's a verified chat app. Normally, if I give readings, it's always my face. It's a video reading. It would be like this, but private, just me and you on an app, just me and you. You don't have to download anything. You just click the link to private chat with me. And that way we can have a private reading. And a private reading, I would say more. I would say a lot more than I'm saying on here. If you think I'm saying a lot about your answering your questions here, ugh, there's more that I would say because it's private and it's not public and I can get all up in your business the way you want me to. Um, those kind of things. We can do that, and that is, yeah, with me. And it's a self-booking, so you don't have to like email me or anything. You just go on there and find your time and book me, and then I get a notification and I pop up, and then like I'm just there magically. It's like magic. I just show up and it's a private reading with just me and you. In the private reading as well, I don't tell people what to do, but in the private readings that you do on my website, you'll see it says psychic life coaching, psychic reading. And what that is because within your question, so if you're asking a question like Malik did and said, should I, again, I couldn't tell you what to do, but I would read into the consequences, positive and negative, of Malik's choice that he would make, and it's a potential. So Malik hasn't made a choice yet, and he kind of has, but he's still leaning on the fence. But if he says, "I'm going to spend more time at this," what is going to outcome? And we would take a look at the outcome. So therefore, we could see the potential of what would happen for a choice he hasn't made. That way, we're bringing it to the surface, and then we can kind of navigate that. Okay, so if I do spend more time at work, then I will get money, but I'll be home at less, and all these things. And we'll look at all those things, and that's where the life coaching comes in. The life coaching is not telling you what to do. The life coaching is helping you decide what you want to do by giving you all the much insight. It's almost like doing a puzzle. If you were about to do a puzzle and then you had me in your ear telling you, oh, that's going to actually fit there, and that's going to fit there, and that's going to fit there, it would help you be able to pick the pieces and put there. So that's what the life coaching psychic reading does. Now, on the premium chat, it's just a quick chat. It's just for quick questions. Quick questions. Oh, there's some technical ish going on the back end. Oh, am I about to fire someone? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not about to fire him, but I gotta talk to the tech team. What is going on my website? Okay. So, these things happen. I mean, I could barely get my mic together last week, so it's no surprise. Oh, that's why I had to click this button. I had to click a button. I had to click a button. It was my fault. It was my fault. It wasn't the tech team. It was my fault. I had to click a button and I didn't click the button. But now I'm going to click the button. Okay, so yeah, you can do that. And then on quick chat, you can do, so yeah, with my websites, it would be my face, it would be me. So you will always know it would me. I don't do readings in the DMs. Sorry. Sorry, I'm not gonna. I don't do readings in the DMs. There's too much scammers who do that, and I don't think that's professional and whatever. So you'll never get a reading in the DM. So if you DM me and ask me questions about life, I won't. My DMs are for, oh, I want to book this this reading or that, or any kind of technical shindigs that you would like to do. Why is this not working? Come on. Come on. Okay. So anyways, back to questions. If I can find anybody. I think it's gonna, I think I pressed, they told me to press the button once and I pressed it twice. So obviously I'm not a good listener. I'm a better reader than I am a listener. Okay, let me get back in here. Okay. When will you find love again? That sounds like a song. Oh, it's raining. What? It wasn't supposed to rain today. Listen, psychics should be the weatherman. It's raining. This is why it got so dark in here. Psychics should be the weatherman because I would have told them. Actually, when they said it wasn't gonna rain, I was like, but actually, I was planning to go swimming today, so I fell for the weatherman. It's like a psychic reading. It's not an exact science. I'm staring at the weather, thinking about how bad I want to go swimming. My life is not. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see why I love swimming and why it's a problem. Okay, Charlie, 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 Charlie. When will you find love again? You asking me when you find love again? Let's take a look. December. I see December. You're gonna be in love with somebody, and them gonna be in love with you, and it's gonna feel nice and wonderful. You're gonna have a nice holiday season. Love is love is a strong word. Sometimes we use love and we wonder what kind of meaning we mean behind love. Because sometimes we could say when we feel love again, as in when will we be in a relationship where we have intimacy and kissing and hugging and date nights and things like that, right? And that's nice, but that not necessarily mean love, right? It don't necessarily mean love, like you don't necessarily have to love the person yet. Sometimes love takes time, right? It takes some time to fall in love. But for you, Charlie, I see some dating, some intimacy, some romance, some comfortability. I think I made up that word, but we're gonna go with it anyways, okay? So by December, so it's not far away. Is that far away? Is that too long? How much months in that? How much months from now? We have okay, call it August done. Say August done. August done. So we have September, October, November, December. It's not far away. You will find love again. Again. So it might say take time to really fall in love, but I see a relationship coming through. Okay? So you hang on tight. You don't change anything. Do what you're doing now. Just be yourself, and the energy will come find you. Okay? No matter no worry a thing. The energy will come find you. Okay. Let me see if I can fix this thing on the website because I fucked it up. Sorry. See, this is why we don't want children on here. Oh, but I guess children. But I curse sometimes. Not too often, but sometimes you just need a good F word to explain what you're saying. Okay, everything is good. Let me tell you, it was some money they didn't want from me. It was a little bit of money they want from me, and that's all right because everything nice. And we pay them, and we give them. I'm not even know what I'm paying for. I just know the tech crew them do them job so well. We might as well just pay them all the time. Just give them the money because them do them job. But later on, when the tax man come, me want to find out what me pay for. All right. Okay. So Charlie says, "Do I know them?" No, I don't think it's somebody you know right now. It's not somebody you know right now. It might be somebody that you know of because it is not somebody that you date before you're interested in now, but it might be somebody. So by the time wanna start dating and kissing and all them things, um, you would have know him. It would have been somebody you're like, oh, I did know this person from time, but me never see them like that. So it don't feel like it's gonna be some complete stranger that's gonna come into your life. All right. Okay. 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 All right. Me and my nonsense. Okay. But there you go. You are welcome, Charlie. You are fabulous. Stop. I'm fabulous. Stop. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's get back to business, okay? Because I paid the people. I paid the people. I think. I don't know. I paid somebody, so somebody got my money, so somebody better get this website up and going. Fees, fees, and fees, and fees, and fees. It's gonna take a moment, they said. It will take a moment. All right, let's ask more questions. Do I have another ad? I have ads. Okay, you guys, I'm an affiliate link of SodaStream. Get your SodaStream. Hold on. I'm gonna get my. Okay, Teresa, I see you. I see you, Teresa. Just post the question one time. I see you. Okay, I'm gonna get Teresa. I see you. I'm gonna get my Hi, Teresa from Baltimore. I see you, honey. I see you, honey. All right, I'm just going to get. Can you get my SodaStream? So I can be like, look, guys, I drink SodaStream. You know, there's an ad affiliate. No, it's not in there. It's in that bathroom. Is this my real room or background? This is my real apartment. Okay, stop. She can be a little wild and hard. We're working on her. Okay. I see. Hi, Priya. I don't. Oh, I think you thought I was gonna give a general reading because I don't have the general. Okay, bring the like the thing. It's not that heavy. She ran into a wall. She hurt herself. You love the color on the wall? Thank you. It's I forget what it's called, but it's a paint by Benjamin Moore. All right. So let me try to make some money here because I'm not charging you guys for the free stream. So the free stream. So oh wait, you have to fill this up with water. Fill it up to the line. Okay, where are you going? Oh goodness. Okay, can you close these doors? We don't really need to see how people to see how really, messy our lives really are. We need them to think we've got it together. Okay, meanwhile, I'm gonna ask Teresa. Okay, Teresa. I just want to ask a question. My dad passed away and he left behind money for me. Okay. And my sister. I just want to know when DCS receiving it. What's DCS? Remember, I may not be from the country that you are from. I don't know. Maybe I am. So maybe I know. I don't know. I don't know. But we cannot seem that I know what acronyms are. Okay. Receiving it. I recently sent, and then I don't completely need to know the acronym. Basically, you're saying, will this company. No, I said the line. Listening. I think listening is not a good skill in this house. As I'm trying to listen. Okay, here we go. I wanted to ask. Teresa Talbot says, Teresa, long time listener, first time caller. I just wanted to ask my question. My dad passed away and he left behind money for me and my sister. And I just wanted to know when this company receiving it. I recently sent a letter so they can release the funds. And I'm living in the US, so I'll be using my part for my immigration process. That's my question. Okay, so I think the question is when will you get the money? You know, right? Like you're Rihanna. Bitch better have my money. Like when gonna have my money? When they gonna run you your money? Run Teresa her money. I think that's really the question. I think you just gave me a lot of context. All right, so when now this is kind of legal stuff, but whatever. We're just looking at money. I get September. Okay, you guys. SodaStream because we need to stay hydrated or carbonated. That was a good one. Okay. So hold on. I'm gonna break everything in the world. Okay. Quiet because you are not of age. Okay. Okay. No, you're not. That sounds like all the noise. And now you're chip bag. You're like the kid in the movie theater. Come on, man. Come on. We're come on, man. You know, just open up the bag and go. Get your popcorn. Get your popcorn and go. All right. All right. And she really for our Australian viewers. Louis, I don't know why she thought. Now she wants them back. No, stop bringing me these things. All right, here. This is me trying to make some money, okay? So I can keep giving you guys free readings. I mean, Teresa, did that make sense? Teresa said, I'm sorry about that, and some of my messages were misspelled. Something's wrong with my phone. It's okay. I'm psychic, girl. No, I mean, yes, sometimes it's just hard for me to read it, but I get it. Listen, I'm not typing. I'm talking, so I don't even have the struggles that you guys have. Okay, so this is SodaStream. So drink your water each day, and we have SodaStream. Look how worn this bottle is because I literally use it. It looks like it's dirty. That's probably like all my hard water. Okay, and look, I got the Mother's Day one. I don't know if they have this one anymore. I don't know if they have this. Okay, I don't know. Oh, that's better. I don't know if they have this one, but it was the white and rose gold. Look at that. That's just a beauty. And it looks really sexy on my counter. Ow, I'm having heartburn. Heartburn. What helps heartburn? Carbonated water. Where can you get carbonated water? Tired of recycling bottles tired of having to recycle bottles and waste plastic. What about, I'm having heartburn, you guys. What about the turtles? Well, we now have SodaStream. Definitely get SodaStream now. Why I love SodaStream, why you guys all would love SodaStream. No, literally, as you guys can see, this is an affiliate, but I literally have SodaStream because I love it. We drink so much water here, but I like the kick. Don't you like the kick? Who likes the kick? You know when you drink something and it gets that burn, that like soda burn, that like okay. So anyway, so that's what I like. So I can drink my water, and then look, you just put it in. Look, and it holds it. It's magic. Not only am I psychic, I'm a magician. And then we'll give it 2 pumps. Magic. Magic. Save the turtles. Hi, I speak my truth. You're new here? Welcome. We do silly things and we do psychic readings and we talk about things. And look, now I'm gonna. Can you see the bubbles? See? Now it's carbonated water that I did not buy. This is what do I pay? Like what about my Perrier and my Pellegrino because I think I'm fancy. I like Pellegrino. It's just carbonated water, but somehow Pellegrino I think is just fancy. But I have my own. We call this the empath Reno. Mhm. And it has that burn. Oh, I love that. I drink so much water because I already drink a lot of water, but I drink more water because of this. They have all these flavors, so you can put like little flavorings in it. So if you don't like just water, you can put some flavorings, and some of them are like just water flavorings, but then some of them are like you love Pellegrino. I know, right? Like, what is it about them? It's like I just picture a man going straight to the glaciers and like not that he scoops it out of the ocean, but he like literally sits there under the glacier, drip, 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 and fills my bottle up, and that's Pellegrino. Like that's what it feels like to me. But you can get close to that because you can put how much carbon. I think it's like they have the right amount of carbon for me. Like it's not too much, but it's enough. And it's not too less where you just feel like you're drinking like soda water. Like you actually feel like you're drinking something good. Anyways, I could go on. But hi there, new here. Hi there, new here. I'm gonna start all my sentences like that. Hi there, new here. Welcome. But yeah, there we go. So I drink that. Oh yeah, they have a kombucha one. I like kombucha. I like the ginger. I like kombucha. Okay. I like I like kombucha. I do. I don't know if all the brands of kombucha are given like kombucha I think is good. I get the concept. It's a very liver cleansing thing. Cool, great, wonderful. And anything that's ginger alone can be just so I like that. I don't know if all the companies that make all the claims about what kombucha can do for you, but I also think it's not going to hurt you. They have the kombucha one. I have it linked below so you can get like a kombucha thing. Okay, I haven't tried the kombucha yet. I haven't. I tried the iced tea. I tried the lemonade. I like them. I tried also bubbly. Oh my gosh, bubbly has flavors. You could get that. Anyways, so there. Paid for my ad. Paid for my business. This is how we keep paying. And Elf Cosmetics, actually, I'm not lying. I'm not lying about these affiliate links. What is that? Elf Cosmetics, the Camel Concealer. No, this is not the shade for me, but I used it anyways, and I figured it out. Elf Cosmetics. This was like what? What are these things? These are like $5. Get your link now. What else do I have? Did I have other stuff that's like not on my links? Oh wait, all the other companies. Okay, Malik. Will my holistic therapy business start? When will my holistic therapy? I don't know. It's gonna start when you want it to start. Like when's your start date? So I'll look at when I see you in it. That's what I can do. I can look ahead to a time or if a time where I see you working in the holistic business, right? Your eyeshadow, it's so old, you guys. My eyeshadow, it's hold on. Let me talk to Malik for a minute because you guys are gonna think I'm so gross when it comes to my eyeshadow, but we're all human. But I'll tell you where the eyeshadow is. Okay, it's not Elf, but I'll tell you where it is anyways, right? Malik, when will I see? I see you working in a holistic business, but I don't know if it's yours. I see you like either partnering with somebody or working with somebody. So technically, I see you as an independent contractor and I don't see you as like an employee, but I see like there's a little bit of an umbrella where you're working with somebody. Now, I'm trying to look at a time when you say your holistic business, I'm trying to look at a time where you are running a whole bunch of services on your own. I'm seeing that might take some time. So I'm not sure how like I'm not looking at how the process of your not the process of your holistic business, the process of your business entrepreneurship goals are going. But I do see you working with somebody and I see that about January, February. So it could be a situation that you start partnering or working with somebody who does um who has something established and you're working with them and then that's when it starts to stretch off into your own independent way. But I see that about February, even March. So a while from now. Actually, is that what? Okay. Okay, you guys. Okay. So Charlie said your eyeshadow. Okay, I know eyeshadow. I know makeup expires. I know that. Okay. But I don't use that's a lie. I was about to lie to you guys. I was about to say I don't use this a lot. So that's why it's been in my thing, but that's a damn lie. You're gonna see how much I've used it. There's like 3 colors that I've used. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. But the eyeshadow is it's another drugstore brand one. It's and you see it's hard candy. And it was this palette from Hard Candy. It like ooh, these are the colors, but I love them. I also have like the glitter one, but this is Hard Candy. I don't know if that's just a Canadian. No, I know Hard Candy is a US brand. I don't know if it gets hated on. I don't really know much about the makeup community, but yeah. So it was this gold one here that I used, which is called Gold Digger. Nope, hold on. Yes, Gold Digger. I used Gold Digger from this old ass eyeshadow. I eye candy palette. Malik, I know. We know. Shh, 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 shh. We know. We need to throw out our makeup. We know this. We know. But I mean, there's preservatives in here. I mean, let's not talk about it. I got a lot to say about. I mean, yes, we should throw it out. There's a best before. Like, I don't want to buy old makeup. How about that? I'm not gonna go buy old makeup. No, 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 no. I buy my makeup new, but oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's like I haven't had makeup for that. Well, I've had makeup in my cupboard, my cabinet for that long, but as I'm using it because there's a point where it starts to smell and there's a point where it starts to like not good. But that's what I'm saying. She's like, it's still good. Like that's what the preservatives are. It's like a best before date. You could drink it on the day and maybe after the day, but they're just saying it's best before. Listen, don't. This is why though. And I feel so ashamed because the eye candy is a cheaper brand. So you would think I would hold on to the more expensive whatever. But Elf Cosmetics, they got some good things going on. So I actually use that. I'm not messing with you guys when I have these little affiliate links. There's also ebooks because we know I'm a nerd. And I like if you are a nerd like me, we could read ebooks. Okay, any more questions? Are we just gonna still talk about how janky our makeup is? I know those makeup YouTubers lie. They lie. They've been using those things for like a long time. I don't wear and I think that's what happens. I think those of us who don't wear much makeup or not makeup fanatics, I think that's what it is. Oh, I speak. Oh, posted. You spoke your truth. She said I posted my question. Y'all have just been going on about makeup and this is a live stream. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I know. I know. Okay. What do you see happening in my connection with JP? I see this person like going like pull like I don't want to say pull, like going away. Like I see there's end up being a disconnect. But it doesn't seem tragic. It doesn't seem like there's like drama, but it looks like a disconnect that ends up being a little bit heartbreaky. As if this person moves away or pulls away or moves on to something. So I do see some distance coming within your connection in JP around the fall. But again, I don't see that JP does anything bad to you or anything, but I do see some like distance as if this doesn't there's some Oh, he did move. Yeah, so I see it just doesn't keep glue, you know? It doesn't the glue, you know? This is not some of Gorilla Glue. This is some Elmer. It just doesn't. So it's nothing tragic, but it just doesn't. Your lives move in different directions. There's other things coming for you too. Just because JP moved and whatever, you could your life can go a different direction too. Those ones are the hardest. I think when people move in relationships or those kind of things, those are some of the hardest. Because there's still the energy that's still there, but life goes different. Like kid shows when you watch them and then after you grow up and you're just not into them anymore, that type of thing. Move to another state, yeah. Expiry dates are garbage, she said. I mean, at your own risk, right? But see, I'm honest here. I'm a real person. I do wild-ish. Although, actually, recently I was just like, I'm gonna clear out this is me getting fancy, right? 'Cause I'm sorry, I'm all of a sudden getting fancy. And I'm like, I'm gonna throw out all my makeup and buy all new stuff and all new skincare. And as I'm like putting things in my online shopping cart, I'm like, yep, new foundation, oh, concealer, oh, cleanser, oh, BHA, oh. And then like, I don't know what I was doing. I was just like online impulse shopping. But that's what I do. I put everything in the shopping cart. Like like there's a whole bunch of websites in this world that have MoniqueEmpath items in their shopping cart, and then like I never check out. So, but no, I'm leaving it in there. And then like you go to the site and it goes, your shopping cart is about to expire. Act now. And I was like, no, you ain't gonna get me, bitch. You ain't gonna get me. It's a computer. Um, yeah, I do. I do see like conversations are going to be farther and few between, and then it's just like the conversations are not going to be as impactful as the time you go and is yeah, and that's yeah. But what do I always say to you guys? Listen to me as if like it's such a youth different thing. If you guys know me, you know. What do you guys? Hello, subscribers, like whatever. But what I often say to clients is the purpose. This is right to you, to this is to everybody, but to you, I speak my truth. One of the purposes of getting a psychic reading, I would say, is the fun of it. It's always fun. It's just a fun thing to do. It's entertaining. It's just fun, you know? But also the potential of hearing something today about something that's going to happen way later. So the thing hasn't happened yet, but you are privy to this information. That way, you can potentially have more control of the outcome that I predicted to ultimately change the outcome. If I give you an outcome of something you don't like it didn't happen yet. There's time. Now, that's a whole live that I did one time on how you change readings, but for this example, it's like knowing that I think this person's into you and you're into them, and I don't think there's any other reasons why you guys would really part from each other. Well, as I read JP a little bit deeply, I could see certain things, but basically what I'm saying is that I'm seeing that the conversations just don't hold water. They start to get few and few less between. And you know this now, so it could be a conversation that potentially you guys have together before it gets like that and say, "Hey, maybe we want to, if we want to keep at this, maybe we want to, let's both commit to keeping up once a week or planning a online date night or you know what I mean? There's things that you can do to hold off the outcome, right? Um, exactly, but nothing is set in stone. No, I did not chisel away your future in stone. Whoa, sometimes it is hard. It is hard to change something that's going right because what you do yesterday has influenced what's happened today. So what you do today is influence. So things are already in the process. So it's almost like you have to stop it at the pass. It's like you have to catch it like a football. Like the football's coming, it's already in there, and you have to like intercept the future. If that makes sense, right? And intercepting the future is kind of difficult because you might fumble it, you might fall, you might like miss it. You know, that was so good. That analogy, changing the future is like intercepting a football pass. It's coming for you. It's coming. It's going, but it's going from the quarterback to the running back, going from the QB to the RB, and you got to get in front of the RB, and there's a lot. There's all the other defensive linemen or all the circumstances in life that are preventing you from getting there. Yeah, good. Ooh, ooh, that was, ooh, I need some soda stream for that. Mm. Guys, I got heartburn. I think it's because I'm hungry. What time is it? Oh my gosh, we've been here since 11 a.m. Yes, right? Market it. Market it. Changing the future is like intercepting. Oh no, now I gotta work it out. Now I gotta work it out. So it's good. It's good. You guys are gonna. I'm on to things. April Martin. No. Stop your nonsense, April. April, stop your nonsense. Stop tagging these people. Stop tagging these people in the live chat. April, stop your nonsense. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. no more. You can't tell them you're going to give them an accurate reading, okay? You can tell them you're going to give them a reading, but you can't tell them it's going to be accurate. You have to leave it up to them to find out if it's accurate. How you know it's going to be accurate if it not happen again? You could tell them what you see and stop tagging the people them. Stop it. Stop it. Stop your nonsense. This is how you have to deal with them. You gotta tell them, stop your nonsense. Stop it. She's quick. She got people. She got you guys. Sorry. I got her. I stopped her at the pass. Actually, I didn't. She got you guys before I could. So there was a reader out there who was saying, you are gonna get some spams today. You're gonna get some spams in your live chat. And I'd be like, oh, how do I change that? Well, I could have done some spam prevention a little bit better earlier today, but I didn't. And that's why. So that reader was right about my future, but I could have changed it. I should have listened to the reader and said, you know what? I'm going to consider what this reader said. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're just being really silly now. We're just being really silly, but I don't know. Did you guys all get whoever was here for the narcissistic story? Did you guys get that? That narcissism is going to run rampant. Is that, it's going to run rampant in our community, in our spiritual community. It's going to, like, we don't need to be like, oh, that person is narcissistic, or, or we got to be cautious. We got to be cautious about are they trying to glorify themselves, or are they trying to be of service to you? Because you guys are the stars in my life. I'm here just providing a service and trying to be as entertaining as I can. I know you guys think I'm so funny. Donate for a question? No, donate for a question. This is free, baby. That's why I'm trying to sell these products. I'm trying to sell these products on stream. I don't know how much I paid for this sucker, but I paid like $100 for it. And I was like, oh, I'm so cheap. Actually, I'm not cheap, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm cheap. But I was like, oh, but you know what? I paid for this, bought one canister. Canister sits in here, the carbonator. And I think I got a whole set. And then when it was done, I'm like, because I hate refilling things. I love things that are refills. I'm like, oh my God, that's so efficient. That's so nice. That's so save the earth. Yay, refill. But as soon as it's done, I'm like, to order the refill, I'm like one of those people who like keep putting it off. And then I'll eventually just buy a new one. But I couldn't do that with this baby, right? Oh, somebody's got a real question. Hold on. Question. Will I ever get my income taxes back for this year? Oof. I mean, this is kind of a legal question because it works with the government, and I'm not about to like alert the government about anything. Although I'm on the up and up. I got my business license. I pay my taxes. I report my income. I'm on the up and up. MoniqueEmpath is legit. I'm like, look at me, government. But still, I don't. Let's look at it this way. Let's say, suppose we're implying that this amount is going to be it's a considerable amount. It's an amount that's like out of like the norm for you, right? It's an amount. Even if it was just $100, just say an amount. So let's look at it like that. Are you getting a considerable, a significant, it wouldn't be unexpected amount of money this year? And so this year we have 6 more months to the year? Yes, I do. Closer to the end. I do. I do see you getting I see them getting your money, Amy. You can ask another question. I mean, I might skip I always try to answer everybody's first question, but you can continue to ask. If you can ask a second question, a third question, a fourth question. You continue. It's normally what I get back. I filed in January. Okay. Last year's that we just filed. I do see you getting it. I see you getting through. But your question was, oh, will I ever? Yeah, no, I see that you do. I see I see you do. Get some. I get some money. I ain't got no affiliate like snacks. So if you guys start see me eating the sandwich, it's just because I'm hungry. It's not because I'm trying to like sell you something. Okay. Will JP notice I'm pulling my energy back and contact me more? No, because I don't think this individual is like, not to say that's game playing. It's not. I know exactly what you mean. It's not game playing. So I wish I had a different word, but I don't. But I don't find I think this is he's very okay. So with JP, what I pick up is that he's in this. He's in this, but he's not fully in this. He's kind of got like one foot in, and I don't want to say it's like one foot out, but it's kind of like if life is taking him in a different direction, he's okay with that. Like he's okay. If life keeps him with you in his life, he's okay with that too. He's not, you know, committed to a certain outcome in his life right now. But he's not rejecting anything. If you started to if it was for you to be pulling back your energy, I'm sure he would reach out. He would reach out in the sense of like, "Hey, what's up? How's it going? I haven't heard from you in a while." Like just like that, but not affect him to be like, "Oh my gosh, I got to do something," because he's kind of like, "This is how the this is how the cards may crumble at this time." But again, I don't want to say he's halfway with his foot out. He's in this. Yeah, I think I explained myself pretty well. Look, another one. Let's tell them, stop your nonsense. Stop your nonsense. Stop spamming the people. I'm actually not going to really delete or block her because she didn't really see anymore. I don't know. Maybe she just wants you to invite, but I don't think it's appropriate. But yeah, we'll see. If she sends the same message to another person, then we'll block her. But right now, you're cool. You're cool. Oh, my lady. Hola, midi. Hola, mede. Hola, mede. Oi, ayo, midi. Hola, mede. Ayo, mede. Ayo, mede. Ayo, mede. That makes sense. You are very welcome. Scratch that. I think I should scratch that. I think I should, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh my gosh, you see the raindrops falling here. They're like huge. And I was like, I'm going swimming today. And it's like I'm seeing all my life and my dreams just crushed right in front of me in the water. I'm just seeing my dreams drown. Okay, you guys, I think I'm just getting rambly at this point. And I mean, I like hanging out with you. I could literally just stay here and ramble, especially since it's raining. But I do have some editing to do. Hold on, let's see if they the tech people if I was they like me now. They were like, "You ain't paying your bills, girl." Okay. Hold on. No, it's gonna take like a few hours. I don't know how that slipped up. I probably need a manager. Do you want to manage my business? I also have like another company that listens to me telling you all my business crap that you guys don't hear about. Okay, so the site's down. That's okay because I was gonna take a break. Um, that's okay. But the premium chat's up still. That one's running. I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not so good at certain things. I'm really good at certain things. But other things I'm really not so good at. I gotta stop. Anyways, listen, you guys don't want to hear my problems. Okay. Thank you for the good day. Thank you guys for the good day. You guys made doing these live streams so much fun and so much entertaining and really good. Like I say, I want to always have a place where people can come and get psychic readings for free and this opportunity because I want to, demystify the process and, you know, demystify the process. But for those private readings, like I speak my truth, if you wanted us to go in a back and forth and really talk about things that I see within this relationship, the website's down right now, so that's not that's so unattractive. Actually, my whole entire website, like not even just a website, like everything on my Google is just like falling apart right now. Oh, there. No, everything's better. Everything's better. Everything's better over there. Okay, so if you guys want to continue this party, I will be here. Here, I'll show you guys. I'll be here. I just posted a link in the chats, in the chit chats. You click that link and you could get a reading with moi. You can get a reading with moi. I'm here. I'm online right now. So if somebody books, I'm gonna jump out of here. Well, you don't have to book. If somebody just clicks, you have to jump out of here. You'll know it's me because let's share that. Okay. Oops, that's my back end. Oh, I shared the wrong one. Hold on 1 second. I shared you my back end. Although there's nothing hidden there. You just see that I have it on. Again, I don't, if somebody don't friend request, don't accept friend requests on me. It's not me. I don't send friend requests. If somebody's saying that, oh, I had a good live with you, because what they do, they listen to our lives and then they think they remember things that I've said to you, and then they'll inbox you with these things and be like, oh, yeah, you and JP, let me tell you more. That's not me, because I'll never, ever, ever, ever do that. The only way to contact me is through my Facebook page, or if you're on YouTube, I was gonna say hit the website. You can go to the website. It'll probably work on your end. I probably have to clean my cookies. My cookies. Um, yeah. So we're there. Look at me struggling to do all these things in life, but I can't. Whatever. You guys get it. You guys know how this goes. I'll be more organized next week. All right, so come back for another free live readings with me, MoniqueEmpath. You just got to stay hip to the YouTube's page, and you got to stay hip to my Facebook page. My website's linked below. It is MoniqueEmpath.com. There's some information on me there, and you could also book a private reading. It would be a video reading, or if you just want some quick questions and answers, I post a link in the chat. I am about to go eat some lunch and cry because it's raining. All right. Okay. I would be getting you a discount for that crap. I don't know. It was kind of my fault. I think they sent me a notification. I was just like, everything's automatic. But I switched credit cards and I didn't put in the new information. So they're like, we need your new credit card. And I'm like, listen, you got it. And then yeah, so no. No one's to blame. Everybody's good. I have pretty good things going on here. All right. I'm gonna go. And I love you guys, and thanks for being here, and we'll be back again next week. Bye. Oh, when I say bye and then you don't really go?